This is the story of that unbreakable faith, that incredible vision, and a nation rising from its own ashes. This is the story of Mustafa Kemal Atatürk. Grab your tea or coffee. Today we are diving into a magnificent 57-year life. Looking at Mustafa as a human being and exploring the pure genius that changed the world. Let's get into it. Our story begins in 1881 in Salonika. Imagine a little boy who lost his father at a very young age, living on a farm with his mother, chasing crows away in the fields. Even as a kid, Mustafa's heart beat for the military. Entirely on his own, he took the military school entrance exams and aced them. His mathematics teacher noticed a unique spark in him and said, "From now on, your name shall be Mustafa Kemal." He didn't just give him a middle name, he recognized his potential. But Mustafa Kemal wasn't just learning how to use a weapon. This part is super important. Late into the night, under dim candlelight, he was reading French philosophers, studying world history, and memorizing global geography. While he was still a young officer, he was already searching for the answer to one massive question. How do you build a modern society? Serving from Damascus to Tripoli, he didn't just learn warfare, he mastered leadership and the art of organizing people. The year is 1915, the bloodiest days of World War I. The Allied forces have arrived at Gallipoli with their massive battleships. Their goal: take Istanbul and knock the Ottoman Empire completely out of the war. Right at that critical breaking point, Lieutenant Colonel Mustafa Kemal steps onto the stage. Up on the Konkbayeri Hills, the soldiers have run out of ammunition and are retreating. Mustafa Kemal blocks their path and utters those legendary words, "If you don't have ammunition, you have your bayonets." And then he adds, "I do not order you to attack, I order you to die." Now, this wasn't a suicide order. It was a genius tactical move to buy enough time for the reinforcement troops to arrive. The victory at Gallipoli didn't just save a single front, it sent a message to the entire world. This nation hasn't said its last word yet. Mustafa Kemal instantly became the hope of the people, the hero of Anafartalar. The war ended, but the empire collapsed. Istanbul was officially occupied. While everyone was waiting for a miracle, Mustafa Kemal said, "We are the miracle." On May 19th, 1919, he set foot in Samsun using a rusty old steamer. Think about the sheer faith here. He didn't have the palace's money, nor did he have a massive army. He had absolutely nothing but trust in his people. He organized congresses across Anatolia, stating, "The independence of the nation will be saved by the determination of the nation." When he opened that tiny parliament in Ankara on April 23, 1920, the desks were literally borrowed from a nearby school, and the room was lit by gas lamps. But the determination inside that room was colossal. When the enemy army advanced right outside Ankara, he took full command. Forgetting traditional military doctrines, he tried something completely new. There is no line of defense, but a whole area of defense, and that area is the whole motherland. Meaning, we do not retreat until every single inch of this soil is defended. And on August 26, 1922, with the Great Offensive, his forces swept the occupying armies away. By 1923, with the Treaty of Lausanne, the entire world had to respect and recognize this independent new Turkish state. The war was won. The occupation was over. So what did Mustafa Kemal do? He didn't sit back in a palace. On October 29, 1923, he proclaimed the Republic. And this is where his true vision as a futurist shines. Ataturk wasn't just a commander. He was a visionary of the future. The country's literacy rate was incredibly low, so he immediately launched an alphabet reform. He literally took a piece of chalk, traveled from village to village, and taught the new Latin-based alphabet to the public himself. He granted women the right to vote and be elected, years before many of the so-called developed European countries did. He was so in love with science that he biannually wrote a geometry textbook to introduce modern terminology, and he left us with this mind-blowing quote: "If one day my words conflict with science, choose science." Now that is the mindset of a true leader. On November 10th, 1938, at 9:05 in the morning, this great man passed away. The entire world mourned, and even his former enemies bowed in respect to his genius. But like we said at the beginning of the video, ideas never die. Ataturk didn't leave behind palaces or thrones. Do you know what he left us? He left us a free country, a mind that questions everything, and a vision that constantly tells us to look forward. He once said, "To see me does not necessarily mean to see my face. To understand my thoughts and my feelings is enough."